Hi there, Will here for Smashing Gaming with another deck profile, and it's one of my favourites, Jolteon Vmax, so let's take a look. Okay, starting off this deck profile, we're going to take a look at our main attacker, Jolteon Vmax. Jolteon is an electric Pokemon with 300 HP. It has a weakness to fighting and has no retreat cost. It also has one attack for 1 lightning and 1 Colress energy. It allows us to do 100 damage plus 100 more to any of our opponent's bench Pokemon that have damage counters on it. And how are we going to get those damage counters on? Well, we're going to be using Orbeetle VMAX. Orbeetle VMAX is a grass Pokemon with 310 HP, a weakness to fire and 1 retreat cost. It has the move for 1 grass and Colress energy, G-Max Wave, that does 50 damage plus 50 more for each energy attached to our opponent's active Pokemon. However, it also has the ability Eerie Beam, and as long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, we can place 1 damage counter on each of our opponent's Pokemon. For the deck's draw engine, we're going to be using Comfey with its Flower Selecting ability, which allows us to look at the top 2 cards of our deck, put one of them into our hand, and put the other into the Lost Zone. This goes well with Colress's Experiment, which allows us to look at the top 5 cards of our deck, put 3 of them in our hand, and put the others in the Lost Zone. As a secondary attacker, we have Cramorant, which is Lost Provisions ability. If you have 4 or more cards in the Lost Zone, you can ignore all energy in this Pokemon's attack, which is quite easy to set up, and also comes in handy for when we come against any Miltanks. For a cheeky tech, we have Drapion V. This is mainly for the Mew VMAX matchup. With its ability Wild Style, its attack costs 1 Colress less for each Fusion, Rapid Strike or Single Strike Pokemon that our opponent has in play. And because Mew VMAX sets up a lot of Fusion Strike Pokemon, this means that we get to attack for free. But also, Mew is weak to Dark, so it is great for taking one-hit KOs against the Mew VMAX. And lastly, we have Galarian Zigzagoon with its Headbutt Tantrum, just allowing us to place 1 ping when we play it from our hand onto one of our opponent's Pokemon if we are struggling to get our Orbeetle set up or get it into the active zone. So with that, let's get into some games. Right, here we go with our first game with Jolteon Orbeetle. Hopefully we can get a few wins on the ladder. So our opponent is playing a Raichu box, so this may be Raichu V. Can also be Zeraora, which would be quite frightening because we don't actually have Manaphy in the deck for bench protection. Looks like we're going to be starting with Orbeetle. Playing Boltund. Okay, so we're going to want to get ourselves a Comfey, get our Air Balloon onto the Orbeetle. We'll take the Jolteon, which will allow us to attach and draw 2 cards, and then we can play Battle VIP. We'll get ourselves a Comfey and a Cramorant, and I think we probably want to try and get ourselves a Colress Experiment for next turn. And we don't, but we do get the Jolteon Vmax, which is fine. Just end our turn. So this must be the old Ball Search deck a wee while ago. Used Boltund. As long as it had energy attached to it, it would be able to attack for, was it 1 energy or 3 energy? Definitely must be. Okay, so our opponent's going to use Keep Calling, get themselves some Sobbles down. We'll take that. Hopefully we can get ourselves into a Scoop Up Net. Perfect. Can we get ourselves some form of energy? We can. So all we need now is to get ourselves a... Sadly we didn't. What we'll do is we will Going to Orbeetle to place our damage counters. And next we'll retreat, and we'll take out Sobble and Boltund, well, Yamper. Hopefully our opponent doesn't get Manaphy set up and they just scoop. Alright, so on to the next one. Okay, here we go with our next game. Judging by the deck box, this could be an Arceus variant, Arceus V-Star. Maybe it's Surfing Pikachu. As long as we're not against a fighting deck, we should be not too bad, but we do have Orbeetle VMAX in case we are. We can always use Orbeetle as our main attacker if need be. Obviously, assuming they have a lot of energy, so at least we got the Comfey start. If an evolution, so it's an evolution. Couldn't remember what Turffield did, so let's see. So Venusaur V, so this could be sort of one. So the two air balloons. So I guess we'll be discarding an air balloon and taking one. Let's see if we can get ourselves another basic down, preferably a Jolteon. No, doesn't look like it. We'll just get ourselves another Comfey, and then we'll just have to end our turn. Radiant Venusaur, Adventure's Discovery. Venusaur allows you to draw 4 cards at the end of your turn. So it is an Arceus, so it's Arceus Blissey, right? Okay, so we're against Blissey. So sadly our damage output is not great because Blissey's a bit of a tank. We just got to hope our opponent. Well, if they're accelerating a lot of energy to Blissey, actually our Orbeetle VMAX will come super handy because it does 50 for each energy, so we can take a one shot on Blissey as long as there is at least 5 or more energies. So yeah, we should be okay. Obviously they're going to want to play Escape Rope or Switch. Probably Switch Turbo Turbo Energy. Just a Dark Energy. Interesting to play a Dark Energy. I don't see the benefit, so at least we now get the Jolteon. We want to self speed Lightning Energy. Crobat, let's see if we can get ourselves a Orbeetle VMAX, and we'll probably discard Jolteon. Ourselves an Experiments. At bench, we'll just do a wee bit of deck thinning. The Jolteon VMAX. Ourselves a Scoop Up Net, that'll be quite handy. What we're going to want to do is just get some chip damage in on the Blissey. Just because our power output for Jolteon is not particularly good. While the damage potential, the spread potential is really good, being able to do 100 to the bench is great. Only doing 100 to the active is quite limiting in many ways. So it looks like they get the V-Star discard, so we'll probably want to get rid of Comfey. Which does mean they can take a knockout on our Jolteon because they can use the V-Star ability, get a Switch or Scoop Up Net, and then attach Double Turbo and go for knockout, which it looks like they're going to do. So probably best is to try and start building up Orbeetle and also get ourselves a Jolteon, another Jolteon set up. Luckily, when we evolve into Orbeetle, we should survive a turn. We've also got Cheryl as well, but sadly Cheryl only works for evolved Vs, I think. Heal all damage from each of the evolution Pokemon, yeah. So we don't have the V, unless our opponent does something else. They seem to be taking a long time. They did play Averly, so they can't boss anything up. There's the big charm. Double turbo, so they must have the switch. They don't have the switch. Interesting. So that kind of gives us an opening. So what we want to do is we'll play Lost Experiment. We'll get ourselves a... Probably don't need Cheryl just yet. Here, and what we'll actually do is, because they're probably going to be attacking with the Arceus, we want to get some chip damage in. It's the Arceus for the time being anyway, so that leaves him with 200 HP. We can then Cheryl any damage they do to us next turn. To have any switches. They're digging for us. They're also digging for an Air Balloon, escape rope, or a switch. They must not have it. The Crobat for 1. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. An Ultra Ball. So I'll give them 2 now. Got the EV. That's another. I wonder if that's for shutting off water abilities. We're going for Pumpkin Move. And a Crobat for 3. Did they get the switch? If they don't get the switch, that's going to be big for us, because that means we can... They didn't get the switch as well. That gives us a chance. We can go in with Orbeetle V. I'd like to... would like to get a Scoop Up Net. Get a Scoop Up Net. Definitely want to take Cram, take the energy, and also take Jolteon just to fin. Cram will come in handy as a one prizer. Let us just continue to damage on this Arceus. It's not a very good prize. How many bosses orders do we have? That's always the big question. How many bosses do we have? So we still have 3 potential in the deck. Odd thing to do is to share and care when you put the big charms. So right, should we take a knockout with, so you got 260, or are you going to attach energy 1 to, so if we go into our Orbeetle, what we want to do is then Cheryl the on. Avoid any boss shenanigans, we'll obviously EV Beam, and we'll go for Gmax Wave. 300 damage. They decided to go in for the energy acceleration, and we'll take 2 prizes. So now that our opponents won't have damage goes on them, we can start setting up our Jolteon Vmax. We do have Bird Keeper in case there's any boss shenanigans. Right hand and probably attach double turbo. It's fine for us. Just keep spreading the damage. Doesn't look like they're going to be playing Mana Fee. They might have it though. It's quite a, looks like it's quite a toolbox deck. So we'll go Trinity Nova. That's fine. 180. Probably should want to start getting Jolteon powered up. Definitely. Probably want to also. Well, Bird Keeper now gives us the Pal Pad, so I want to play this down. I want to have a look to see. Do we have? We do have 2 bosses in the deck. I couldn't remember if it was 2 or 3. That's fine, so we'll just retreat. We want to EV Beam, and we'll Vmax Wave. Imagine they're probably going to share his care again, otherwise they won't survive. Get to take another prize. Don't think Orbeetle's going to survive this turn, which is fine. It's fine. We can also Galarian Zigzagoon for an additional ping. Looks like they are going into the Arceus, and they're going to they're going to Cheryl. Okay, fair enough. So this does 130, which is perfect math for us. Diancie for Spike Draw. Active Sport, whenever your opponent plays a card in the hand, depending on effects the card's done. So luckily we're not going to try and boss now. Are going to go into our Comfey. We are going to Scoop Up Net. Probably actually take out the Diancie, I would say. It's probably a better option. Just going to Fin. Colress anymore. Match here. We don't need Orbeetle. And I'm just wondering whether we should Marnie our opponent. Probably best to go too big a hand for my Marnie. It's fine. Boss for next turn, so what can see. As long as they don't evolve this Arceus V or play another Sharon's Care, be good. That's annoying. Oh no, Path to Repeat is not annoying actually. I thought that was Shinon Temple, the one that disables special energy, because that would have been very annoying. See this how we've got one special energy and one in our hand. We're going to take back a Cheryl and what do you call it? Shen. I'm guessing, unless they've got a mana feed, they're probably going to Scoop. They can either evolve. Yep. There's a research. Okay. There you have it. Our Blessed down. Got the double Colress. Okay, so they can start turbling up. But sadly, that's going to be game. Because get to do 100 damage to their bench. That's why I love Jolteon V. I'm going to say Raichu V. Raichu V is also a good card, but Jolteon's good for the what do you call it? Bench damage. So, and that'll be another win for our deck. So let's see if we can get one more game. Okay, here we go with the third game. Let's see if we can get another win. Based on the deck box, this could be Mew Clefairy, which if it is the case, Mewtwo Clefairy, which if it is the case, is going to be good for us, unless they get a mana fee down. It is Mewtwo V. There's Greninja. Is there going to be a bunch of Clefairies coming out? Oh no, it's Mewtwo Lunar Rock. Okay. I'd argue that the Clefairy build's better because you're not relying on having to have Solar Rock and Lunatone. But both packages will work fine. I imagine both work fine. Okay, so the opponent's just going to pass, so we'll have to put Orbeetle down. We'll need to try and get ourselves a supporter this turn, so get ourselves some Jolteon. See. Okay. Probably want to. I'm not a fan of the idea. We'll probably need to go into our Crobat to try and get a porter for the turn. Okay, deal. Let's got take the Jolteon Vmax, and I think probably no, we'll hold our hand for now. We'll hold our hand just now. So we're going to go into Mewtwo V-Star. Side parts does 90 for each energy. Got the umbrella, which means that we can't attack it if it's on. Does it prevent damage against all bench Pokemon? Yeah, it does. That's fine. We're going to go for Manaphy as well. Not an issue for us, particularly. If we can get another, well, we've got the energy, so we'll probably just get rid of the Green Ninja. Oh, and I'm just going to scoop. It was a quick game. Although they had full bench protection there, they decided to still scoop. Oh well, we'll have to get one more. Okay, here we go with our last game. Looks like it might be a fire deck we're up against. We got Beyond Ace. So, not the start I was hoping. It does reveal a little bit of what we're playing, but if it is a fire deck, we probably do not want to bench Orbeetle. We probably want to make sure our Cramorants are in the deck, so we'll go for the Comfey. There's not many fire decks in the format at the moment. Oh no, okay. Not a fire deck, it's a water deck. Mostly trolling us here. So our main enemy number one is of course Manaphy. So we'll need to try and get a supporter. Take the Bird Keeper. And we will go Jolteon now. We will go for Orbeetle. We can also use Strafe. Can use else a Cramorant. So we want to there. Also just going to say for now swap into our Comfey. Give a wee bit of chip damage. The Manaphy is really a problem. This is obviously some sort of Blastoise build. It's funny. I find it funny that I'm playing the fire deck box. That's obviously the trick is. So let's go into our Orbeetle VMAX, and can we get ourselves a supporter? Nope, we cannot. Can we get ourselves a Scoop Up Net? Yes, we can. So we'll just start spreading some damage. Orbeetle. Also, something else into the Lost Zone. Get our Crams activated, so we'll just hold now. At the moment we've got 3, so next turn we can hopefully get our Cramorant activated and we can take out the Manaphy. Ideal situation here is that we have a Lost Zone and then they can't bring back Manaphy. I would imagine because this is a single prize deck they're playing, they will be playing Ordinary Rod, so they will be able to bring back Manaphy if we don't deal with it in that manner. There's the Blastoise. The Blastoise lets you look at the top 6 cards, effectively energy attached to your Pokemon enemy like, so it's a good ability. And they've obviously got Lucky Egg as well, in case we get knocked out. Center Scorch. Is this some sort of mill deck? Is this Center Scorch mill? It's a fire deck. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so take the Bird Keeper because we can at least go into Cramorant this turn. And we can put an Air Balloon on you. We'll get another Cramorant down. Yep, and we'll just go for Spit Innocently. I can't even say that word. 1. So we've got 2 bosses in hand. What does Center Scorch, Baby Center Scorch do again? Does it mill the number of energy attached to it? We go Lucky Egg. I think next turn, if we can, we want to boss the Blastoise. If we can, of course. Because we need to draw into the VMAX or an Ultra Ball. Okay, so I'm just going to Ember. Must not have the VMAX in our Crobat. We do have 3 VMAXs in there. What is yes? We've already got damage down, so let us the VMAX. Us. We'll get to take 2 prizes this turn. Ideally, we'll want to go like. No, we need to deal with. I think we need to deal with a Manaphy. Can we get the. What I was hoping for was a Losso, which I think is being priced. We must have priced that right. That's fine, we'll just get rid of Manaphy now. They'll have to rod it back. But we can go into. If they don't rod it back, we can boss and take a bite. Okay, we're not going to take a win, so I think that's enough with this deck. So we'll go to the finisher now. Yeah, by finisher I mean the end. I'm still new at this. I'm still learning.